Let's check hits. Not too bad. Same two channels, got one flyer. I'm gonna blame that on you.
Yeah, it's gotta be me.
Yeah, I'm obviously not gonna take that on me. But I mean, kind of where we want them on a man-sized space. We're getting a lot of questions on pistol progression for concealed carry. And I'll just be the one to blanket statement this. In my opinion, putting a pistol under a t-shirt and drawing from concealment is an advanced maneuver. Thoughts?
Yep. Definitely have to know the context of your garments. There's a lot of things go into that. Sizing, weight of the garment, body composite.
Yeah, exactly. The size of your hands, the size of you, how well you conceal this. Is an extended mag, is it not? Because if you just hide a full-size pistol with a 30-round mag under a skin-tight Under Armour t-shirt, you're not concealing anything, and it really does freak people out because it automatically shows them that you're not a professional. You don't know what you're doing. You're not concealing anything from anybody, and it makes people very, very uncomfortable. Here's the thing, you know, a couple things we've learned throughout the years and a bunch of high-level instructors that have really kind of polished us throughout this, and we'll just kind of break down some of the mechanics and some things we constantly see, and a lot of that is, where's your holster at? A lot of guys are in this appendix carry model, and I like it for a lot of things. I don't like it for some. If I know it's gonna tend to be combative, I really like to slide that thing over on my strong side, that 3 o'clock position. Let's talk about body composite real quick. If you are one of the people that have a larger than average midsection, we'll call it a beer gut, there's some body posture breakdowns that naturally occur, and it's because you can't get a full purchase on that pistol. And I understand it, man. Not everybody's built like a Ken Doll or a G.I. Joe or whatever else, but if you're compromising your natural position to be able to retrieve this pistol, it's probably not in the orientation for you. We train with some really big dudes, guys that have bellies but are super athletic, and they tend to roll that thing on 3 o'clock or on the opposite on 9 o'clock if they're a left-handed shooter, and that's really because of body composition and can they get to it. So for this configuration, this is how I start people out every time we ever talk about concealed carry. We're not defeating garment at all. That's step 3, that's step 4. Right now, let's get comfortable building muscle memory, drawing from the appendix every single time. Tuck in your t-shirt, get a nice rigid belt. I'm rocking our V3 inner belt right now. I love this thing. Just roll reversal this thing, and now this is my EDC belt. It's non-metallic, semi-rigid, but it holds on these DCC clips really well. But let's jump on this yard line, and I just want to show you guys some body posture stuff, and Joey, just jump in here at any time, man. So for guys with, let's call it a beer belly, I tend to see guys, they can't get their hand in between their stomach and the actual pistol themselves. So what do they typically do? They do this. They try to create space. They try to lean down, and as soon as they pull this pistol out, they lean their whole body back over. That's a lot of time and space for you to try to be able to retrieve this pistol, and you're compromising body posture the entire time. I tell dudes, if you can get in this before, after, so if I push my belly out before, after, if I go to retrieve this pistol and I just suck in my stomach just a bit, it creates a natural gap in between my pants so I can get my master grip thumb in between this. I wrap my 3 amigos around it. I produce my pistol the same way as it was if I was coming out of a holster. My support grip goes straight on my center line, and that's where my garment defeat is going to start to come from. I build in my same natural grip presentation, so it comes up, I meet my hands, I drive it up, I break my shot, reholster same way as it ever was, and now we're good. If I get in this configuration of this, now I have to retrieve and come back out. It's just a lot of time for me in this broken posture, which is really what I don't want.
Yeah, it throws you off balance. Like you said, guys that are built like NFL linemen, they're just bigger naturally anyway. So it's you got to take that in consideration on all that type of posture, that movement, where you're going to conceal, how you're going to present it, how you're going to hold it. Because that whole lean back and balance throws your whole center line off, your whole balance off. And if it is dynamic, because right now we're shooting paper targets, so no one's advancing on you, you're already leaning back. So if you're trying to make that space, you're already causing that whole snowball effect of falling backwards and off balance. Now you throw in uneven terrain, parking lots, curbs. It's downhill from there, and now you're just kind of blindly shooting, hoping something hits.
Exactly, man. Anytime the top of my head gets back over where my heels are, I'm a victim of my own success. Now I start to lean back, and now this guy's starting to charge. I get in this configuration, it's so unstable. I'd much rather suck in my stomach just a little bit and be able to retreat as I draw this pistol, and then it feels supernatural. It feels just like everything else. We're doing bill drills in reverse. It's the exact same thing. Instead of drawing from here, I'm just drawing from here. Make sense?
Yeah.
So when I get everybody on the yard line, we start off just like this, burn a hole exactly where you want it to be, and we're just gonna work draw stroke mechanics. I'm gonna suck in just a little bit, create just a little bit of a gap, master grip thumb, nice and sky high. I'm not taking my eyes off there. There's no reason for me to look down and look at this pistol. I'm staring right at the target. My hand comes on my center line. I break retention. I meet them. Make contact. Trigger. Reset. I cap the back of this just because there are t-shirts or a bunch of things get hung up. And if I knock this thing out of battery just enough, it's not what I want. So I cap the back of it, leave my index finger sky high, reset positive retention. I make sure it's locked in there. I don't want to get this thing and not all the way seated. I lock all the way in, I feel the positive click, I know it's in full retention now. Now if we get super dynamic, whatever else, I don't have to worry about my pistol falling out. But get into that natural cadence. Steering where I want it to go, hands are working simultaneous, and this will come really into play when we start defeating garments. Whether that's 3 o'clock, we're flicking t-shirts, now I'm lifting it straight up. This motion is the exact same. All I add in is a little bit of a suck in for my stomach, build my master grip, punch out the same way as it ever was, reseat. A little bit of a suck in. Same as it ever was. Anything on that?
Yeah, biggest thing, like you said, sucking in that stomach, making that gap in that space, keeping everything as linear as possible and not adding extra movements. It's just like everything we teach on the line with duty belts and duty rifles. All that extra added movement throws off how you natural point of aim, how you present, and it's just snowballs from there. So
Yeah.
as little movement as possible.
If you don't have the body type to put this thing in the appendix, do not sit there and fight with it forever. You've got a belly and this gun is pushed all the way out or now it's tucked in, you can't really get to it. You're feeding the entire purpose, man. Use your body to your advantage. I would much rather, if I could be a 270-pound dude, that's what I would want to be because you can hide everything with it. You got big, broad shoulders, t-shirts drape off you. You can, I've seen, Tom Kyer, dude, he conceals a Glock 34. Like you can hide a lot of stuff if you're a big ass dude, as long as you know how to work it. But that dude's rocking 3 o'clock, right? Not a lot of those guys are really into combatives and really producing these pistols out. Not a lot of the big boys are running appendix just for that reason. So scale it to your body type, the pistol you're running, your hand size, and what the overall intent is, and make sure it's purpose built. We're just gonna burn a couple reps and then we'll drop t-shirts in front and we'll start talking about defeating the garment, which is step 2 and 3. Yeah, just wanna burn a couple reps.